Lads, welcome to my next preview. It's going to be at Bramall Lane. It's going to be Sheffield United versus Bournemouth.
If you don't have a song, you may as well not go to the pub at all.
Lads.
Watch this.
But before we get into it, make sure you subscribe to the channel right now because we're on 9,100 subscribers and 10,000 subscribers sounds a lot better. So the last time out, it was the very first game of the season. We weren't sure what sort of Sheffield United was going to be playing in the Premier League this season. Whether it was going to be the free-flowing kind of championship Sheffield United, high intensity, keeping hold of the ball, and just being really competitive, a Chris Wilder side. I think it was quite a tentative start to the season. I think Wilder went in thinking, let's not get battered in this first game of the season, because last season, Bournemouth were great. Bournemouth were really good on the break with kind of Ryan Fraser, Joshua King, Callum Wilson, even your David Brooks. And we obviously started the season without a number 10, without a Duffy role. And it left a lot of us Blades thinking, where's the creativity going to be coming from? Because when we've played three centre midfielders in the past, it's just kind of not worked for us. But we started off with David McGoldrick and Callum Robinson up front. Obviously, Didsey kind of dropping in a little bit like he has done all season. And obviously, Lundstrom trying to get as far forward as possible when he can do. And we started off excellently. Lunny got the ball, flighted an absolute beautiful ball over the top for Didsey to get onto, but he couldn't quite lift it over Aaron Ramsdale. Then Callum Robinson had a bit of a pop shot from the edge of the box, which Ramsdale saved quite easily. And we had little bits of flashes across the box. They had a few chances as well, but obviously they went 1-0 up through Chris Mepham. But obviously this Chris Wilder team have got a never say die attitude, and Billy Sharp put in a bit of a scruffy goal, if I'm honest. But who cares? We didn't. But however scruffy the goal was, it was Billy Sharp's first ever Premier League goal. It was our first Premier League goal for 12 years. And it just was an excellent start to the season. I haven't seen Sheffield United score a 90th minute goal since Norwich at home, I don't think. It was just a huge goal for the club in general. And as Bournemouth's had quite a lot of kind of mid-table finishes, they've been really good attacking but not as good defending in recent seasons. We thought that was an excellent point. But looking at the table now, maybe it was 2 points dropped. Because we're in 6th and they're in 16th at the moment. And hopefully in this game, we're looking for a win. So players to watch from Bournemouth, you've obviously got that front three. They're not quite Liverpool's front three, but Ryan Fraser, even though he's having a bit of an off-season, he's been incredible over the last couple of years. So, yeah, Ryan Fraser is always going to be a handful. And then you've got Callum Wilson. He's not just a fox in the box. He's not just got pace to burn. He's a very intelligent goal scorer. And if he gets a chance, he will put it in the back of the net. And finally, in that front three, you've got Harry Wilson. He may drop in a little bit. He may act as more of a midfielder than an attacker. But he's certainly dangerous. Just ask Dino when we played Derby at Bramall Lane last season. So those three players are all quality players. They may not have played as well as they have done in previous seasons, but they all possess different sort of skills, and that's what makes them so dangerous. So again, for the team news, David McGoldrick looks like he's going to miss out yet again. He may be on the bench, who knows. Not a lot's been said about him recently, but we don't really need to rush him back, like I keep saying. We don't need him right now. We're doing well as we are. If we start maybe losing a couple of games or not creating as many chances, let's rush him back. But right now, we're winning games. We're not doing badly. Yeah, I thought a few kind of 3, 4, 5 games ago, if we'd lose kind of McGoldrick, we'd have lost all the link between the midfield and the attack. But they've been doing all right recently, battling through, scoring the goals and keeping the goals out of our net. So Didsey, mate, put your feet up, you deserve it. Your place will be right there waiting for you when you come back. So for Bournemouth, Jefferson Lerma got sent off in their last game against Aston Villa. And it's not looking good for Bournemouth with injuries because they've got quite a few, so I'm going to have to read them out off my phone. So they've got Danjuma, David Brooks obviously, Charlie Daniels, Jack Stacey, Josh King, Chris Mepham, Lloyd Kelly. All of them sidelined. So obviously just from looking at that list, we've got Josh King, David Brooks and Chris Mepham that would all get into that team if they were fit. So a bit of an unlucky situation for Eddie Howe to be in, because this is why some teams get relegated. They get hit by terrible injuries, lots and lots of different injuries in different areas, and it's just difficult to kind of plug them gaps. but they're not in the relegation zone. Hopefully they can get some of them players back, but just not for this game. So I've just realised that I didn't even give you the team lineup. In my opinion, it's going to be exactly the same as Crystal Palace. Henderson in the net, Baldock, Stevens, Egan, O'Connell, Basham. Obviously then it's going to be Sanderberg in the middle with Fleck and Norwood, and then probably, actually no, I'm going to say Mousset and McBurney up top. I know it might be Billy Sharp, and it probably will be Billy Sharp, but yeah, I'd like to see Mousset in this game. So yeah, that's the team I think we're going to play, so back to the video. Right, prediction time. So this is a tough one, because every time I say I think we're going to win a game, we end up going and losing it. I've only said it twice this season because I'm quite a pessimistic blade, but I said we'd beat Newcastle at home. We lost 2-0. I also said that we would beat Southampton, which, yeah, I think we got a little bit unlucky. We weren't that good in that game. But yeah, we certainly lost that game too. But I'm going to have to get it right sometime, and I'm going for a 2-1 Sheffield United win. Obviously not too optimistic, or I'd go for a 2 or a 3-0 win. But we've got 3 really big games in a row now. If we can get kind of 6, 7, 9 points from those 3 games, then who knows? We may get European football. You never know. However, a month or 2 ago, people around me at the match were saying that we were going to get European football, and I kind of were like, don't be daft, don't be silly. It's possible. It's highly possible now. We've got 13 games to go. Who knows? So players that have played for both teams, like in the last video, I kind of only put a few out there because I didn't have a lot of chance to research lots of Sheffield United and Palace players. But that's what made it even fun, because there were loads of people just commenting players that have played for both clubs, and that's exactly what I want. So if I've missed off anybody on this list that's played for both Sheffield United and Bournemouth, let me know in the comments. Because, for instance, Kieran Whitehouse said Paul Eiffel, brilliant. Daniel Emery said Marcus Bent, one of my favourite strikers of all time. Well, the first time we had him anyway. And Hockey Fights UK said Paddy McCarthy. Now, he wasn't great for us, but I think he was good for Palace, and I'm pretty sure he was their captain. But I've tried to forget his name a little bit. We had him when we were terrible, and he was terrible, so that just shows how bad he was. So for the Bournemouth game, we've got 3 players that are really, really simple to get. So the first one is obviously Aaron Ramsdale in the net. Young lad, came through the system at Sheffield United. We kind of sold him when we were in, I don't know if it was League One or the Championship, but we sold him to Bournemouth. I think Bournemouth sent him out on loan, and then this season, because I think Berge kind of weren't up to it, I think he's got him because he's the best of a bad bunch, but he's had a good season up to now. But I can't say I was absolutely devastated when we sold him, because I didn't really see him play that many games. Then we've got David Brooks, which will be the first person on everybody's lips when I mention players that's played for both teams. Unfortunately, Brooks has been out for most of the season. I don't know if he's even played 1 game this season, but he lit up the Premiership last season when Bournemouth signed him from us. I think it was around 10 million, something like that, but within a few games everyone were like, yeah, 10 million well spent. Which makes it even more sad that he's not been able to kind of stamp his authority on this season. But hopefully he's back soon, so get well soon, Brooksy. Then we've got another really obvious one in Lys Mousset. Now, Lys Mousset was bought by Bournemouth, and I think they thought, oh, he's a young lad, we'll kind of introduce him into the Premier League very slowly. And he didn't really score many goals for him at all. But he certainly scored goals for us, and he looks dangerous every single time he's on that pitch. I think mostly because we just don't have many players with pace. But he also can find the back of the net from almost anywhere in the box. Ask West Ham and Man United and Wolves. And finally, a player that a lot of younger Sheffield United fans wouldn't know that played for us, Simon Francis. Now, I remember Simon Francis from, obviously, when he was young, playing in the Sheffield United team. I can't remember where we bought him from, but I thought he was all right. Nothing special. We were in what is now the Championship. I don't know if it was the Championship back then or if it was Division 1, but we had him when we were in the second tier of the English leagues. And yeah, like I say, take him or leave him really at that point, but he's done so well for himself. He then went on to play League One football with Bournemouth, which, yeah, I thought he was kind of on the steady decline, but he was definitely going the other way. So they're the relatively easy ones that have played for both clubs. So if there's anyone that I've missed who you know, just put them in the comments. Most memorable match. Now, I'm going to be honest, I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember any memorable matches. However, when I did Google it, I saw what should have been one of the most memorable matches I have ever seen. I was definitely there. I can count on one hand how many matches I've missed in the last kind of 10 years. And I don't know how I've missed this one. It was in the 2012-2013 season, Sheffield United versus Bournemouth. At Bramall Lane, it finished 5-3. And the goals were scored by Ryan Flynn, got 2. What a little player. What a little gem we had there. John Coffey scored a couple of absolute screamers, but he were terrible in my opinion. Richard Creswell came on and scored a goal, and love Creze, absolutely die for the cause. And finally Nick Blackburn, what an absolute baller he was in League One for us. Yeah, did I not tell you that? It was in League One. And from Bournemouth the scorers were Elphick, Barnard and Pugh. And obviously it was nearly 10 years ago, and there was only one player that's still in either the Sheffield United or the Bournemouth team. Simon Francis. Obviously. What a career he's had. So anyway, that's the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching this preview. Like I say, if there's anybody that I've missed in kind of like the Sheffield United Bournemouth connections, please let me know down there. Also let me know what your predictions are for the game down below. So come on you Blades, let's stay in 6th place. Let's try and get those European places. This is the season when it's possible to get European football. So let's go and get them 3 points. Come on you Blades. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. And if my content is something that you might like to see more of in the future, hit the subscribe button with notifications turned on. Oh yeah, and stay good Nick.